All right, guys, we're going to dive into the sixth matchup of the week. Stiff Farm Soldiers myself versus my little brother Dylan. Tennessee Tornadoes, he's at 3-1. I think, 3-1, and I'm at 1-3. So I'm going to let Steven and Mitchell kind of go through this and make their picks. So,
all right, looking at how it's starting off, you got Cam Newton against Chicago, and you also got Peyton Manning against Arizona. It's a tough matchup for being up against Arizona, but honestly, Manning's going to get his points. Levi will not have Newton there because once I put my trade in to try to...
Or your vote.
Once I put in my declarative vote, which will give Levi the 9, he's going to have Breeze as his starting quarterback. And Breeze is up against Tampa Bay. I think that I would almost give a slight edge to Breeze as long as he doesn't fuck it up. But I would say it's pretty much, as Levi or Chris hates, a wash.
Actually, I just realized that when we did Balls Deep's matchup, he's going to have Welker in the flex.
Yeah, we didn't give credit to the trade on the other end.
Instead of Halou.
Yeah.
And that's actually an advantage over Kyrie Robinson. Just going back to that. But anyways.
Yeah. All right, at running back we have both Eddie Lacy and Andre Ellington against Matt Asiata and Bishop Sankey. Currently, as it is Thursday night, Eddie Lacy and Matt Asiata are both playing against each other. Eddie Lacy currently has 6.5 points, given that it's about a minute into the third quarter. So halftime, pretty much. I think Lacy ends up having a better game, especially since Green Bay's up 28-0 as it is. And they're going to run the ball a lot more in order to control the clock. So I'm going to give an advantage to Lacy on that. I do, however, on the secondary running backs at RB2, I find that Ellington actually has, even though despite being up against Denver's defense, I think that he's going to outscore Bishop Sankey. Unless, I'll give some credit to Sankey. Sankey has kind of surfaced a little bit, showing off some of the talent that we had hoped for earlier in the season, especially on draft day.
I hope he wins it.
It's possible that Sankey could outscore Ellington this week, but I still want to give the edge to Ellington. At wide receiver, we have Michael Crabtree and Kelvin Benjamin against Jordy Nelson and Edelman. Currently, with this game at Green Bay, Jordy Nelson has already got one reception for 66 yards and one TD. 12.6 points.
That was a nasty play. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of freaking out about that.
Yeah,
it was a good play.
That's all in the first half. There is a good possibility if Aaron Rodgers keeps it up that Nelson could get one more, if not to Adams or Cobb. But he definitely has a advantage over Crabtree being up against Kansas City this week. Not a great secondary, but I think that I'll give Nelson the budge because he's just a better wide receiver.
He's better. Nelson's better than Crabtree.
But I will, on the secondary wide receivers, give an advantage to Kelvin Benjamin over Edelman. Edelman hasn't performed as well
and
as
it's not his fault. It's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's been kind of pitiful here lately, and Edelman's a good receiver, but I was listening to Barry's podcast this week, the Fantasy Football Focus, and they were talking about Edelman. He's just not a true number one receiver. It's just...
He's not in that premium tier.
If you put him on the Denver Broncos, he wouldn't even be starting.
But
just saying.
Just in that fact, I mean, what is Tom Brady ranked right now? 25th, 28th?
It's not good.
He's on the lowest end that he could possibly be in the last 5 years.
Anyways, that's an advantage for me. I think
it's
pretty easy.
I give an advantage to Kelvin Benjamin. He's definitely surfacing up, and I think Cam Newton gets his way, and I think maybe he gets another touchdown this weekend. Going down to the tight end position.
I'll give that one to Dylan. Donnell has been a beast, and going up against Atlanta, I think it's a good matchup. Ertz has been kind of spiraling down the past couple weeks. Now, he plays St. Louis, but Donnell's looking like this year's Julius Thomas.
Donnell, it's happening. They're up against Atlanta, and Eli seems to have a chemistry forming with them. And I honestly see him at least getting one of those TDs, if not Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz only got one TD this year so far? One salsa dance?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Donnell may be doing the salsa in his place this weekend.
In the defense,
well, no, we forgot about the flex.
Oh, yeah, the flex. Yeah.
Eric Decker against T.Y. Hilton. Sorry, Dylan.
It's really close.
It's really close, but I'm going to actually give a slight bump to Decker because Wayne seems to be getting Luck's attention here recently.
Well, and the only thing I will say that I like about Decker more than Hilton is that Decker's had 2 touchdowns, and I don't think Hilton's even had 1 touchdown. He might have had one.
Hilton hasn't had a game over 100, and even if he has had 1 TD, Wayne's getting all the attention.
It's close.
If not,
it's close though.
I mean, I honestly think that Kobe Fleener may have outscored Hilton this year so far. Maybe.
Then defenses, I have Texans defense against Dallas. Texans have been a great defense for me so far.
Number 2.
Thank you, Randolph, for that. I mean, I dropped the Bengals defense again, so it wasn't like a huge improvement, but still, Texas defense has been great. They played Dallas this week, and that kind of worries me a little bit. And the Colts defense have done really good the past 2 weeks, but they had cake matchups, and this week they play against Baltimore, who just forced the Panthers defense to have -7 or -8 points.
It was a freak week for Flacco. It was.
And Flacco might have that.
Steve Smith, he was against his old team last week, and he had something to prove, and he definitely proved that point.
Let's wrap this one up.
But going to the kickers, Levi also mentioned before we started making this video that I would actually give a slight advantage to Sweetson because he's going to get his points. They're up against Jacksonville. He's going to get the extra points.
I gave an advantage to Gostkowski because Sweetson is only going to get extra points, and that's only 1 point apiece. Gostkowski may sputter, and they may get actual field goals.
I don't know. With Tom Brady playing the way that he is, I mean, you might be right. You might be right. I think Gostkowski probably gets more field goals because Tom Brady's not a finisher this year.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pick myself this week. I'm going to pick Dylan to beat me.
As projected, as it stands right now in this current game, they are both projected for 99 points. It is right there, but Lacey seems to be doing exactly what I said at the beginning of this video. I'm going to give a slight advantage to Levi.
What about you, Mitchell? You don't have to say me because I'm here.
If Nelson doesn't get another touchdown, Levi's going to win. That's how I think.
I actually agree with that.
With Drew Brees coming in, it's all based on Nelson because Asiata's not going to do anything else for Dylan.
Well, given the current situation with tonight's Thursday night game,
and to be honest with you, I didn't really expect Dylan's team to do as well as it was because of his running backs situation. But he's done well working the waiver wire with Rainey and Asiata, and
that's
Nelson Manning have carried it.
That is the thing that's going to affect us, and I think that Dylan has finally realized this. Is that with Nelson and the Green Bay Packers going up so high so early in the game, Asiata is not a factor anymore.
Nelson may not be a factor, maybe. I'm hoping. But anyways, Steven is...
Stiff arm, I give it to stiff arm.
I'm picking Dylan because every time I pick myself, I lose for the most part. So
I'm going with stiff arm with the Drew Brees trade pending. I don't like Ellington, but...
Sorry, bro, but I got to go for this, bro. It just works out that way.
All right.